Well, welcome to Buddha's in Your Landfill on this beautiful Tuesday morning in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of the world. So let's look at what's in the news. Well, what's in the news is the death of McCain and the creation of an American hero. I would use the word role model, but hero is good. And so I began to think about what is the American hero? Why do we create them? And obviously we create the hero because if a hero creates himself, he's not a hero. He's an egoist. One of the marks of a hero is humility. The heroic act, the person who performs a heroic act for which they may get the Congressional Medal of Honor, or the fireman who saves somebody from a burning building, or the passerby who picks up a car and gets somebody out from under it, or does some heroic act, always say, well, I just did it. It was like something moved me. Some force moved me. Even an athlete, when they're in the zone, don't feel like they're doing it. It's the sport's doing them. Or the master artist feels when they are in the zone, in their art, the art is doing them. So the real hero doesn't take credit for their actions. But that being aside, let's look at why America has to have heroes. So I got to thinking, well, if you look back to the founding of our country, all of our founding fathers were unique individuals. And each in their own way dared to stand against the authority of the greatest power on earth, which was England and the English king who ruled by divine right. So to break away from the mother, to break away from England, was a treasonous act, and they knew they would be hung if they failed. You see. So there was sacrifice there. There was sacrifice, a risk. They didn't know how it was going to come out. But they followed their nature. They followed their nature. And this goes back to what I wrote up here, McCain, American mythic hero. Let me put a question mark there because we're just asking a question here. And we're trying to look at what does hero mean? Well, in my study of Joseph Campbell, he points out very clearly over and over again that the idea of the unique individual who follows his nature, his inner voice, his conscience, is a pagan European mythology, which is best exemplified by the romance of King Arthur and the knights, who were all unique individuals, and they quested for the Grail. They heard the call, and they made the quest, the individual journey. And they followed their nature. Or Sir Percival, the Grail Knight, who won the Grail, dropped the reins of his horse and let his horse find the way to the Grail Castle, which symbolically means let your nature tell you what to do. Let your art tell you what to do. Let your nature, your inner God, your inner conscience tell you what to do. Even if it means going against the empire, going against authority, going against religion, going against God. That's the hero, you see. And that's the American mythology. So the whole country was based on the rebellion of these unique individuals, these Renaissance men. And the mythos of the American Constitution is that everyone is a unique individual. Everyone is endowed with reason, or as Buddha says, with Buddha nature. see. So we're all heroes. We're all potential heroes. We're all potential unique, heroic individuals. And this also comes from Greek, the Greek mind. But in opposition to that, you have the religious mind of what's called the Levant. Now, the Levant is the Middle Eastern region out of which the three major religions were born. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam were all born out of the Levant and the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia, which were civilizations built on obedience to a hierarchy or order, obedience to the stars, obedience to the king, to the emperor, and then the pyramid, the hierarchy. So you have God, the divine order, the king, the emperor, who is divine, and then the administrators and women and children and slaves or peasants, you see. It's a pyramid. But all was obedient, you see, to a higher order, to a higher authority, whichever form that took, you see. So that's in contrast. That became the Holy Roman Catholic Church, you see, with the Pope at the top, you see. And then that was superimposed over pagan Europe. And all the Middle Ages was the subduing of this pagan worship of the individual and nature. See, in Genesis, it says right there that nature and man are fallen, thanks to Eve. So you can't trust man or your nature or outside nature. You have to trust God, you see. Trust Yahweh, who in Christianity takes the form of the church, which is your people. So trust your church, the doctrine of your church, the interpretation of reality through your church, you see, or the Bible. But either way, you obey. You are obedient to a higher authority, which is in direct contradiction to the pagan hero who is not obedient to a higher authority. He's obedient to his own nature. So right there, you see, there are these two heroes in a wrestling match in our culture. The religious hero who obeys God, obedient to God, the authority of God through the Bible, and the pagan hero who is obedient to his nature, the Maverick, the rebellious one. Even Satan was a rebellious angel. You see? So Satan's kind of like the pagan hero who rebels, who says, I protest. Martin Luther was a rebellion, you see. I protest the authority of the church. The founding fathers, I protest the authority of the king and the empire, you see. So the Maverick, the one who stands up and says, no, I don't go along, even to death, is our kind of like ideal hero. And of course, Jesus fits that model. So we can see these two mythic themes running through Western civilization, the battle of the suppressed pagan mythology, Catholic Church, then the revolt of Protestantism, and the creation of the modern world, where science is now the religion that is obedient to the stars or natural laws through the priest of the scientist, you see. But now that's being challenged, you see. There's always a challenge to authority. There's always a challenge to the dome that tries to enclose us all, you see. There's always the hero trying to break out of the cosmic egg, you see. And everyone claims that their tribe is the truth, you see. So I thought I would just play with these ideas today. And I've been writing about it on my post, which I'll post with this talk, you see. But we can see it in action today in the contest or contrast between McCain and Trump. Who is the real hero? And you see Trump's bitter refusal to honor McCain as the hero because McCain has been praised as the Maverick, and Trump says, but wait, I'm the real Maverick. I got elected because I'm a Maverick. What the fuck, you see? I'm the Maverick. What do you mean, him? I'm the Maverick. There can't be two Mavericks. There can't be two unique individuals. There's only one. There's only one unique individual, and I'm it. I'm the Maverick. Get that false hero out of here. You see, I'm not going to lower the flag for that guy. He got captured. It's not a hero for being captured. You see the contrast here. And ironically, Trump is a hero, is claimed by the hero of religion. The American evangelical religion claims him as their hero. Trump is the hero who will bring about the kingdom of God. Trump, although his personality is a little flawed, is really obedient to God and God's will. And they speak in tongues and bless him, you see, as a religious hero. Isn't this ironic? It's all mixed up. But we can trace the themes. You can trace the threads and decide for yourself. Thanks for dropping in.